Allah tells us in the Qur'an, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. 2:286. And yet, life often puts us in places we didn't ask for, surrounded by people or feelings we never wanted. Maybe you're stuck in an environment that doesn't align with your heart, or maybe your mind feels heavy with emotions that don't seem to go away. We've all been there. These are part of the tests of life. But here's the real question. How do we handle these moments? Most people think it's about doing more, pushing harder, or trying to change everything around them. But sometimes the solution is the opposite, to do less and to simply be more. Let me explain with a story. A few weeks ago, I found myself at a family gathering. It was loud, chaotic, kids running everywhere, everyone talking over each other. It was the complete opposite of the quiet, calm environment I usually crave. At first, I kept telling myself, just get through it, just survive these hours. But the more I resisted it, the heavier I felt. My energy was draining fast. Then, I remembered something simple, yet powerful. Instead of fighting the situation, adapt to it. Life doesn't always place us where we want to be. But like water, we can flow with the shape of our surroundings. Water never complains. It adapts. It becomes the cup, the river, the ocean. And as Muslims, we add an even greater dimension to this. We trust Allah's wisdom. We know that wherever He places us, there's a reason, even if it feels uncomfortable. So instead of wishing I could escape, I sat down, breathed, and began to notice the little moments, the laughter of children, the joy of elders, the warmth of family. The noise didn't disappear, but my perspective changed. I became part of the environment instead of an outsider resisting it. Suddenly, the whole gathering felt lighter, and this lesson doesn't just apply to family events, it applies to the big storms of life. Maybe you're struggling financially, maybe you're feeling lost spiritually, maybe your heart is heavy with grief. Our natural instinct is to resist, to push those feelings away. But what if we allowed ourselves to feel, while still keeping our faith steady? Patience in Islam is not about being numb. It's about staying rooted, trusting Allah, and knowing that hardship and ease are always connected. Allah says, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." 94:6. Notice, He didn't say after hardship, but with hardship. The ease is there, even hidden within your struggle. I was reminded of this again after moving to a new neighborhood. On the surface, it seemed perfect. Quiet, safe, ideal. But soon I noticed constant construction noise, heavy traffic, distractions I didn't expect. At first, I was frustrated, but then I remembered. Adapt. I shifted my work routine, found pockets of silence, and accepted that I can't control everything around me. By changing my mindset, the environment no longer controlled me. I found peace in the middle of the chaos. This is what I mean by do less, be more. Instead of burning all our energy, resisting reality, we embrace it, we adapt, and we trust that Allah placed us there for a reason. Think about the life of the Prophet ﷺ. He endured trials we can't even imagine. Loss of loved ones, exile, battles, hardship after hardship. Yet he never resisted the decree of Allah. He adapted, trusted, and stayed connected to Allah through it all. His example shows us, patience is not weakness, it's strength. Too often, we fight emotions like sadness or anger, trying to erase them quickly, but resisting only makes them last longer. When we acknowledge them as part of being human, part of Allah's plan, they begin to lose their weight. Suddenly, you're not drowning in them, you're floating above them. And here's the hidden gift. When you stop resisting, you stop exhausting yourself. Many of us push endlessly, thinking success lies in doing more. But sometimes true success lies in being more. Being present, being accepting, being at peace with Allah's plan. Recently, I slowed down my own pace. I realized I'd been forcing myself to keep moving without ever pausing. And when I finally allowed myself to accept the slower season of my life, I found clarity and peace I didn't know I was missing. Life moves in rhythms, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Both are part of Allah's design. When we embrace both, instead of fighting, we live in harmony with His decree. So next time you find yourself in a difficult place, emotionally, spiritually, or even in the middle of noisy chaos, don't fight it. Flow with it. Adapt, trust Allah. Remember, He placed you there with wisdom, and He will carry you through. When you surrender the resistance, life becomes lighter. Instead of being crushed by your trials, you'll begin to float through them with patience, faith, and peace in your heart. And may Allah grant us the strength to always remember, He is closer to us than our own jugular vein.